Here we go, Cowboys Nation. Buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you is not just another routine update, not another practice report, not another coach speak session that leaves us all shrugging our shoulders, wondering what the staff is really thinking. No, this is something entirely different, something that has electrified the building in Dallas, something that hit reporters like a lightning bolt when it was said, something that instantly changed the entire vibe for Monday Night Football because Brian Schottenheimer, the man responsible for guiding this Dallas Cowboys offense, walked into his latest media availability with a tone and energy that absolutely no one was expecting. And what he revealed in just a few minutes left analysts scrambling, fans buzzing, and players suddenly trending on social media before even stepping on the field. And if you've been following the Cowboys for any amount of time, we rarely get moments like this. Moments where the offensive coordinator publicly announces a decision so bold, so unexpected, so potentially game-altering that you can feel the shockwaves ripple across the league. And that's exactly what happened when Schottenheimer confirmed that the Cowboys will be rolling out a completely new offensive approach for Monday night. Something fans haven't seen, something the media hasn't sniffed out, something that the opposing defense has absolutely no tape on. And the way he said it wasn't casual or vague. It wasn't one of those, we'll mix some things up or we have wrinkles prepared. No, Schottenheimer emphasized that the Cowboys are unveiling a look, a structure, a philosophy that will be noticeably, unmistakably different from anything they've put on the field this season, telling reporters straight up that fans should expect a completely different look. And the moment those words came out, you could see the faces in the room shift from confusion to disbelief because coaches simply do not say things like that publicly, especially not days before national primetime football when the whole country is watching. And that right there told everyone that whatever the Cowboys are preparing behind closed doors is significant, meaningful, and potentially explosive. And it didn't stop there because Schottenheimer went on to reveal that the team has been installing this new package quietly for weeks, keeping practices tightly closed, limiting media access, using coded terminology, and even adjusting practice schedules to prevent leaks, something that immediately makes sense when you consider how surprisingly quiet the reporting around the Cowboys offense has been lately. No scheme details, no player rotation updates, barely any injury news beyond the basics, and now we know why. The staff has been cooking something serious, and the fact that they managed to keep it secret in the era of 24/7 leaks is impressive in itself. But what grabbed everyone's attention even more was Schottenheimer saying that a specific player, he refused to name who, will be elevated into a critical role and fans will recognize it from the very first snap. And the football world has been obsessing over that line ever since, trying to guess who he means, what the role looks like, and how big of a shift we're talking about. Because this isn't the type of language you use for a minor rotation tweak or a simple personnel change. No, this language is the kind you use when someone is being thrust into a feature role, a centerpiece position, someone about to become the focal point of the opening drive and perhaps the focal point of the entire offensive identity for Monday night. And when you break down the possibilities, the implications get even more fascinating because people are speculating whether Brian is preparing to unleash Brandon Cooks in a way we haven't seen all year, turning him into a motion-heavy, speed-driven mismatch machine who forces the defense to stretch itself so thin that Dak Prescott gets immediate coverage tells. Or maybe it's Recco Dowdle, the running back many fans believe has been criminally underutilized, a back with vision and explosion, who might be getting a larger early down roll to change the tempo and physicality of the game. Or maybe it's Jake Ferguson, who has quietly become one of the most reliable and versatile pieces on the roster. A tight end who Schottenheimer can move all over the formation to create mismatches against linebackers and safeties. But no matter who the player is, the message from Schottenheimer was clear. Something big is changing. And it's going to be obvious immediately. And what this tells me, what it tells anyone reading between the lines, is that the Cowboys are not just tweaking the offense. They're not just adjusting based on matchup. They're rolling out what might be the most aggressive opening script we've seen from them in a long, long time. And this tracks with the rest of Schottenheimer's comments because he revealed the offense will be running at a different tempo, likely faster, possibly a no huddle or semi no huddle variation that allows Dak to read the defense quicker and forces the opponent to stay in base personnel longer than they'd prefer, giving the Cowboys a strategic edge right out of the gate. And this is where Dak Prescott comes into the picture, because Schottenheimer made a point to stress that Dak has taken full command of this revamped attack, that he has been working nonstop with the staff to master the adjustments, and that he is ready to take control of the game early, a phrase that says more than most people realize, because when a coordinator talks about a quarterback having control early, he's talking about pre-snap reads, audibles, tempo manipulation, coverage identification, and the freedom to adjust routes on the fly, which suggests this new scheme will rely heavily on Dak's ability to diagnose defenses quickly and punish them before they can disguise coverages or rotate personnel. And that kind of approach only works when the quarterback is trusted at the highest level, which tells us the staff is confident, committed, and ready to push the offense into a more explosive, more flexible, more adaptive mode. And the timing of all this is astonishing because Monday Night Football is not just another game. It's a pressure cooker with the entire country tuned in, analysts talking for hours beforehand, storylines being built around every possible narrative, and opposing defenses doing everything they can to study film and find tendencies. Tendencies the Cowboys have just shattered by announcing that none of the usual film applies this week, leaving their opponent scrambling, guessing, and preparing for a game plan that no longer exists. And that gives Dallas an enormous advantage because uncertainty is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare, especially when the offense has the personnel to attack in multiple ways. And that's exactly the kind of psychological edge the Cowboys appear to be leaning into. But with all that said, this move is also high risk, high reward, because if the offense comes out flat or struggles with execution, critics will swarm immediately, blaming the staff for getting cute, for overthinking, for trying to overhaul things at the wrong time, yet the Cowboys seem perfectly aware of the stakes and are embracing them, which signals confidence in the players, confidence in the system, and confidence in the vision Schottenheimer is pushing. And right now, fans everywhere are reacting in real time. Social media is buzzing with excitement, fear, theories, predictions, and jokes. Some people saying this is genius, others saying it's desperation, but almost everyone agreeing that they have never seen the Cowboys talk this boldly about an offensive shift right before primetime. And that makes this upcoming Monday Night Football matchup not just another game, but perhaps the defining moment of this season, a statement opportunity. And if the Cowboys execute this new look offense the way Schottenheimer clearly believes they can, we might be talking about this night for weeks, months, maybe the entire year, because these are the kinds of bold midseason transformations that turn good teams into contenders, that turn criticism into momentum, that turn uncertainty into swagger. And that's why this decision is shaking up the entire NFL right now. And whether you're excited, nervous, skeptical, optimistic, or somewhere in between, one thing is certain: Monday night is going to look different, feel different, and possibly alter the trajectory of the Cowboys season. So make sure you're locked in, because the Cowboys are not walking into this game quietly. They're walking in with a plan, a surprise, and a message that nobody saw coming.